Folks, welcome to the AM News Bulletin, the very first news bulletin on the Joy News channel. Details now. Parliament was forced to suspend its activities yesterday to mourn the sudden passing of Akwetia Member of Parliament Ernest Kumi. The minority leader, Afenyo-Markin, announced the MP's death and paid tribute to his promising political career, requesting the session's adjournment. All scheduled business, including bills and statements, was put on hold as MPs paid their respect. And our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent, Kweku Asante, reports.
It was a usual Monday in Parliament. MPs were coming in ahead of sitting starting at 2 p.m. But with few minutes to strike 1 o'clock on the clock, the news started filtering in that MP for Akwetia, Ernest Kumi, had passed on. As MPs began to enter the chamber for the day's business, many, especially on the minority side, were visibly shaken, some drawn to tears. Okuapem North MP Sami Oku, whose seat is right in front of the deceased MPs, was teary. While MP for Afenyo-Markin East, Mavis Nkansa Boadu, also shed tears. The deceased MP seat, now draped in red cloth. When proceedings began, the minority leader, Afenyo-Markin, made the obvious official.
This morning, we were informed that one of us has been summoned to the Parliament above, referring to our brother, Ernest Kumi of Akwetia.
Suggested that proceedings for the day be truncated.
It is the prayer of this side of the House, the NPP Minority Caucus, of 88, regrettably -1, to pray with the indulgence of the leader of the House that today's proceedings be terminated.
Majority Leader Mahama Yarega was not opposed.
A young man of his age will need and to be taken away from us at this stage in his life is not only a loss to his family, it's not only a loss to Akwetia as a constituency, it's a loss to Ghana because we wouldn't know where he would have ended up in terms of the leadership of this country.
Parliament then observed a minute's silence and then stood adjourned to Tuesday.
Before the end of this week or early next week, we expect that the family will formally inform Parliament of the death of the Member of Parliament for Akwetia. This will trigger the constitutional imperative for the Speaker and the Clerk to Parliament to inform the Electoral Commission of the vacancy that has occurred by virtue of the death of the Member of Parliament for processes to begin for a by-election to be conducted. Reporting for Joy News, Kweku Asante, Parliament House, Accra.
Wondering who Ernest Kumi is, here's a report detailing his profile.
Kumi, Member of Parliament for Akwetia, hailed from Akim Wenchi and was a member of the New Patriotic Party. Born on December 5, 1984, the 41-year-old lawmaker was a Christian and a first-time MP. Before entering Parliament, he built a strong academic and professional foundation. He held a BSc in Ports and Shipping Administration from the Regional Maritime University, an MBA in Corporate Governance from the University of Professional Studies, an LLB in Law from Mount Crest University College, and an MSc in Defense and International Politics from the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College. Professionally, he served as Senior Manager for Securities, Admin, and FRS at the American Tower Corporation. Kumi entered Parliament in 2025, winning one of the most hotly contested and politically charged seats, Akwetia. The Akwetia constituency became a flashpoint during the 2024 elections. Ballot collation was disrupted amid chaos, forcing officials to move the process from the eastern region to Accra.
We know that we have won the elections. We are confident we have won the elections. And so any attempt to rig the elections will be resisted.
The NDC subsequently filed a legal challenge leading to a Koforidua High Court injunction that barred Kumi from holding himself out as MP. Despite the injunction, Kumi appeared in Parliament and took the oath on January 7, triggering contempt proceedings and a bench warrant for his arrest.
So the court at this point has found him guilty. That's the meaning of the conviction. When the court says that you are convicted, it means that you are guilty of the offense.
However, on June 11, 2025, the Supreme Court quashed the contempt charge and restrained the High Court judge from proceeding with sentencing.
Contempt application, its hearing, and the subsequent conviction on it all has been quashed. So as we speak right now, Honorable Ernest remains the MP.
On the floor of Parliament, he filed at least 3 statements and actively participated in debates. One of his statements, however, sparked fierce resistance from the majority side. Ernest Kumi served on the Lands and Natural Resources Committee. At just 41, his life and career were cut short. He leaves behind a wife and 3 children. For Joy News, Michael Ashali.
Well, may the souls of the faithful departed rest now and abide in the shadows of the Almighty. In other stories, supporters of the opposition New Patriotic Party have vowed not to leave the headquarters of the Economic and Organized Crime Office if the former Buffer stock boss, Abdul Wahab Hanan, who has been in detention for 13 days now, is not released by close of day yesterday. Abdul Wahab Hanan and his wife were arrested by EOCO on June 25th over alleged financial crimes. His wife has since been granted bail, which was set at 30 million cedis. But Hanan, according to authorities, is yet to satisfy the conditions of his 60 million Ghana cedi bail. There's more in this report.
The headquarters of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, is once again the center of attraction following the arrest and detention of the former boss of Buffer Stock, Abdul Hanan, who has been in custody for well over 10 days. Well, his wife was also arrested, but has since been granted a 30 million cedis bail, but he remains in detention. Now, members of the New Patriotic Party have besieged the premises of EOCO headquarters, demanding his immediate release. Former Greater Accra Regional Youth Organizer of the NPP, Moses Abo, says his arrest is politically motivated.
This is politics. They are playing as politics. I don't know if they will allow you to go in. You can go and find out from the investigator. We have met the bail condition, even more than that. But they are showing us power. But wait to see.
Have they told you why they've still kept him in custody, though you've met the bail condition as you claim?
Nobody's even answering the call. The boss and his deputy. We've been calling them since 2 days ago.
Well, the constituency secretary of the NPP in the Pusika constituency also say they are not living here until Hanan is granted bail.
Today, they either release Alhaji Hanan or they lock all of us there. They should arrest all of us and lock there. We are not going home till Alhaji Hanan is granted bail. Look, we can't be intimidated. We are ready, no matter what. We are going to fight for our right. We are all Ghanaians.
Well, not long ago, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Chairman Wuntumi, was also detained in this very building, which saw similar scenes of party supporters trooping here to demand his release. And a similar scene is panning out here. They say they'll continue to be here until he's finally released from the headquarters of EOCO. My name is Kenneth Jesse for Joy News.
Now, academic work at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology is facing fresh disruptions as the ongoing nationwide strike by TEU-GH begins to bite hard on campus, just as students sit for their mid-semester examinations. The strike, declared last week over the alleged refusal of GTech to recognize the union's representation on the University Governing Council, has left critical non-teaching services at a standstill. But TUGH insists their action is indefinite until their concerns are addressed by the government and GTEC. Nana Boachi-Yadom has more in this report.
The strike by the Tertiary Education Workers Union has been biting hard on the KNUST campus. Cleaners, supporters, security personnel and other essential support staff have all laid down their tools, creating sanitation and administrative challenges across lecture halls, examination centers and offices. Students, some of whom turned up for exams this morning, say the strike is already having a noticeable impact with unkempt exams venues and the absence of porters at key entry points. But the KNUST chairman of Ghana, Charles Arthur, says the group is resolute.
The truth of the matter is that the strike is a lawful one. So the place that they are going to have a May semester, it is we who controls it. We open it and clean it. We will just close it. And if you close it and you said you're a lecturer, you open it, then whatever will happen will happen. So we are still insisting that Minister of Education and Minister of Employment and Labour Relations should sit down and resolve this matter. Straightforward, because Minister of Information, Minister of Jobs and Labour Relations, Labour Department comes to you, is your agency. Minister of Education, GTEC is your agency. So what is it that you cannot say to the extent that people will have to go on strike? We don't understand.
The university's dumping site remains packed with waste. Charles Arthur says until their demands are met, the strike will continue.
Strike, we gave two demands. One, he should withdraw the letter that he has sent to the various public universities to allow a minority group, TUGH, to go onto the council. And then two, we should go to the verification and count every university. They come to KNUST, they count us, we know that KNUST is TU Ghana, then TU Ghana will lead in KNUST. You go to Legon, it's TU TUC, they will lead. You go, then that will bring, peace and harmony. If that is not done, then this strike we have a long way to go, and it's likely this strike, if nothing is done, it will affect the main examination, because the main examination, we are not going to allow it to happen that we have allowed May semester. May semester has already been scheduled, and we think that we have to go. The main examination will not allow that, and whatever that they want to do, they can do it. If they want to kill us, we are prepared. Our members are here, they are prepared that they should kill all of us, and we'll leave. If we are not Ghanaians and they want to treat us the way they want to treat us, if we are coming from Niger, they should tell us that we are Nigerians, and therefore this is how they will treat the Niger people. But if we are Ghanaians, then we are saying that this strike, look, it will affect the main examination if nothing is done.
For Joe News, Nana Boachi-Yadom, Kumasi.
Let's stay in Kumasi a tad bit longer, because the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital in Kumasi is urgently seeking to build a catheterization laboratory after the tragic death of one of its emergency physicians, Dr. Kwame Duofori. Now, Dr. Ofori suffered a heart attack, and despite his colleagues' efforts to save him, they couldn't perform the necessary procedure due to blocked blood vessels and the absence of a cath lab at the hospital. He was being transported to Accra for treatment, but sadly passed away en route. The lack of this critical facility has raised serious concerns about Ghana's medical infrastructure, particularly in public health facilities, and Emmanuel Bright-Kweku tells us more.
It was a gloomy weekend at Ghana's second largest teaching hospital, the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital, after health professionals watched helplessly to seek urgent medical attention for a colleague who suffered a myocardial infarction, otherwise known as heart attack. A specialized area to perform a minimally invasive procedure to diagnose and treat an obstructed blood vessel to his heart was missing at Ashanti Region's foremost hospital. Despite immediate response to stabilize him before being transported to the national capital for proper care, he died on the way. CEO of CATH, Dr. Pakwesi Bedu, recounts moments of the unfortunate demise.
3 consultants accompanied him to the airport, and then 1 specialist and 2 critical care nurses accompanied him on the flight to Accra. We were in constant touch from takeoff to touchdown. So when they got to Accra, we were told, they've arrived safely and he was okay. So they transferred him. Arrangements again were made to send him to UGMC, University of Ghana Medical Center. They also have a cardiac cath lab. We got the unfortunate news later. So it's devastating.
Dr. Kwame Oduofori, before his passing, was an emergency physician at the hospital who contributed actively to providing emergency medical care to critically ill patients, but sadly couldn't save himself. Despite calls for successive governments to construct a cath lab for the facility, it has fallen on deaf ears.
We have two, the monoplanar, biplanar. These are technical terms. The best one is the biplanar, is able to do everything. And it costs between $1.2 to $1.5 million. The ministry is working on it. NHIA boss, Dr. Victor Vampo, and the team are working on it. In fact, this morning they are having a meeting to make sure we have one again in Kolebu, one in Kumasi, and one in Tamale. And it's a matter of urgency.
Health professionals at the hospital anticipate an immediate construction and completion of the specialized laboratory to end the numerous avoidable cardiac deaths. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
It's time for stories from the National Science and Maths Quiz, and WAS Senior High School flipped the script during the Upper West NSMQ qualifiers on conventional size quiz expectations, booking a spot in the 2025 Nationals with two ICT students, none of whom offer biology. In a regional showdown that saw them dominate with 47 points, WAS Senior High School proved that self-study and smart preparation can outshine the usual science trial of physics, chemistry, and biology. Collins Frimpong has more.
In a competition where biology is a core subject, not having a biology student on stage could easily spell disaster. But for WAS Senior High School, it was just another hurdle, and they leapt over it with style.
Oh, it was easy. It was easy, easy.
It was easy. Then why didn't you get over 70 points?
You know, you have to at least show some mercy to your opponents. Mercy. We were pitiful though.
Cool, calm, and completely unfazed, while SHS's ICT duo tackled biology questions like naturals, answering with the confidence of seasoned biology students.
Although we are not doing it, that doesn't mean we don't learn it. We don't offer it in class, but at least on our own studies, we do learn biology.
We learn the biology on our, like some topics. You know, we studied the trend of the contest, and we mastered some of the topics that we normally set for the biology aspect of the contest. So those are the topics we learn.
Meanwhile, in one of the standout moments of the Upper West qualifiers, Tumube's Canton SHS announced their return in emphatic fashion. After being recognized as the best school from a deprived community back in 2021 for their quarter-final run, they have bounced back to the national stage after missing out last year.
Last year, our losing was very, very painful to us. Yes, we wept more than months, and because of that, we were very, very prepared for any school in Ghana, not even Upper West here. So even any school that we should have met, like we are going to win, not that we are going to. You are not afraid of any? No school. You can mention the school that you want. You are going to qualify.
The qualifiers also saw strong performances from Nandon SHS and Laura SHS, both of whom impressed with solid scores, 44 and 49 points respectively, to earn their ticket to the Nationals. But not every favorite lived up to expectations. Two-time national finalist St. Francis Xavier Junior Seminary, who reached the finals in 2012 and 2014, scrapped through with just 22 points, a performance that left supporters and contestants underwhelmed despite the qualification. Reporting for Joy News, I am Collins Frimpong.
They are the reigning Central Regional champions, and they've just sent another bold reminder of why. Adisidel College, defending their title, has delivered a commanding performance in their opening contest, recording the highest score so far in the regional qualifiers. But while Adisco's win drew cheers, it was heartbreak once again for Holy Child School. For the second year running, they've been knocked out, and this time by Winneba Senior High School. There's more in this report by Adubia Asari.
The scientific name of the housefly. Adizadel College.
Musca domestica.
The 2025 National Science and Math Quiz Central Regional Qualifiers continues unabated. It's intense, it's electrifying. Day 2 saw 14 schools battling for their only available 3 slots for the day. Edinaman Senior High School secured the first slot by dominating in all 4 rounds and ending with 41 points.
It's so great to be in here. It's been exciting, and we are proud of our school.
So when you were not leading the first round, did you shake a bit?
At first, we're just a bit sitting for a while because at first we were thinking we were losing the competition, but our team says Perikokan, so we strive to go forward. Thank you.
The second slot of the day was secured by Winneba Senior High School, beating Holy Child, making it a second consecutive time of not making an appearance in the national championship.
I'm very excited. I'm very elated. My boys, they didn't learn. They were playing. This contest is not down ball. It's a down ball contest for us. You get it? We are going to win the national. You get it? I want to win the national.
You know Goro.
Tell me, who is Goro?
You know Goro. You know Nanaya. You know Carlos. These 3. See. God the Father, the Son, and the... Listen.
Reigning regional champions at Adizadel College stamped their authority by winning massively with 85 points, the highest point not only of the day, but of the entire competition so far.
Enough for happening. Yes.
Why?
Too soft. We don't have... It wasn't a contest at all.
See, as the battle of David and Goliath, they thought that David cannot do anything, could not do anything. But because of the hand of God, they will see the finger of the Lord. This year, they will see the finger of the Lord.
Up next, business update with Samuel Kujo-Brace.
Well, let's do the business update now. And Director of the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, Professor Peter Korte, is positive the approval and disbursement of some $370 million to Ghana under the 4th review by the International Monetary Fund will help stabilize the Ghanaian cedi. According to him, despite the positive strides made in the recovery of the economy, the disbursement will also boost investor confidence.
Yeah, so it's a demand and supply thing. I mean, once we get an inflow from the IMF, that is the $370 or $70 million, that is going to boost our supply of forex, of dollars. And certainly, and even if there is a surge in demand, this can go a long way to minimize the effect of that surge, to reduce any potential depreciation in the currency. So the cedi will remain stable, although the discussion has been around what the optimal rate of depreciation or appreciation is, that what rate would be optimal. Should it be 10, should it be 12 or 15? But I think anything above 10 and relatively stable around 10 would go a long way to help businesses plan, to help investors also plan. So it is certainly going to boost confidence in the economy, going to help stabilize the exchange rate.
Professor Peter Korte is the Director for the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research. Now, Managing Director of KEK Insurance Brokers, Shaibu Ali, who is also the President of the Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana, has stated that the association will continue to engage government and Ghana Revenue Authority on a 15% value-added tax on non-life insurance products for a review of the law. Mr. Ali explained that the exclusion of micro-insurance product would have been ideal since such products are targeted at undeserved communities and deepen insurance coverage. Speaking to Joy Business at the 35th anniversary Thanksgiving of brokerage firm KEK Insurance Brokers, Mr. Ali expressed worry the tax would affect patronage of insurance products.
Industry
It's that of mixed feelings because, look, I have said it before that it would definitely affect the uptake of insurance because insurance has an inelastic demand. And if the price goes up too much, the person can say he will not take it. And insofar as not all insurance policies are compulsory, you cannot force a person to take it. So that part is there. But the other side too is that government needs money. And we have to support government to raise the money. So we'll give our best shot to it and see how it goes. I would have, my expectation was that some policies would have been exempted, like small micro insurance and all the inclusive insurance bit. But I mean, this is just the first step. Maybe going forward, government might see it's necessary to take out these insurance because somebody is buying insurance and paying 10 cedis, 15 cedis. The person cannot afford. That's why the person is buying insurance for 10 cedis. So why charge 22% on that? But I mean, that's what we find ourselves into. And if this will take the country out of it, let's see how it goes. But we'll continue to push our advocacy across. Some of the policies, they might have to take them out of it. Yeah.
Again, because you say you'd have to do some advocacy on this. Also, you're the president of IBAC. Are you looking at probably petitioning the Revenue Authority, to look at this, the Ministry of Finance, government as a whole to look at this?
So we have already done that. We have had engagements with the GRE and all that on it, and we have had several engagements. But the fact remains that government needs money. And so when it comes to that, there is very little that you can do. So for me, I think that we should take this year as a test year, see how it goes this year. Then going forward, maybe next year when the budget is ready, might come back and say, we have taken these policies out and all that, so that we see how it goes.
And that's it for the business update on the AM News. Up next is sports. Do stay.